Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another Sunday weekly watch list. So I'm going to go through what we have going on this week, as well as what stocks that I have on watch as well, and the plays that I will be watching for you guys. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more content, and let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, let's go through what I have on watch for this week. First thing we're going to do is look at Forest Factory. We're going to look at what's going on in the overall market and what we need to look out for this week. So just scrolling through. So Monday, it doesn't look like we have any specific news. On Tuesday, as we look down here, we have some economic data coming out. And then the most important thing here is this consumer confidence and the JOLTS job openings at 10 a.m. So this is during market hours. Monday, we could potentially be a little bit choppy just because market is anticipating data on the next day. So Tuesday during market open hours, just be aware of that. Usually I don't trade until the data comes out if it's during market hours. So after 10 a.m. I will be looking to take trades on Tuesday. As we make our way down into Wednesday, we see that Wednesday in the pre-market we do have some economic data coming out, ADP, employment change, preliminary GDP. Both of these could potentially have an effect on the market in the pre-market and during market open hours as well. All right, and then Wednesday, outside of that, I don't see anything too specific. 10 a.m. we have pending home sales. So on Wednesday until 10 a.m., again, you might want to risk off and wait until the economic data comes out before taking a trade. Thursday, as we scroll down here, before market open, we have unemployment claims and core PCE price index, all important in the market. Both of these pieces of data could potentially move the market. We also have Chicago PMI at 9:45. So again, you want to wait until you see that data come out at 9:45 before taking a trade. And then Friday, September 1st, we have GDP, we have non-farm employment change, and then we have the unemployment rate all coming out before market open. Market potentially make a move in the pre-market on Friday before it even opens. So usually if we see significant data coming out in the pre-market, sometimes during market open hours, market is choppy if it made a decent move prior to open. So keep that in mind as well. So we have pretty much data every single day this week coming out besides Monday. So make sure that you understand what pieces of data are coming out and what time they're coming out so that you are risk off until the data hits and you know exactly what market sentiment is showing you. Okay, so I don't have that many stocks on watch this week. I only have a total of 4 stocks on watch, and I'm going to go through them with you guys. So first on watch, we have Tesla. So Tesla is trending between these two trend lines. As I posted last week, you can see that it bounced off of that bottom trend line here perfectly. Now Tesla could potentially make a move back up to the upper trend line as well. So I'm looking for that on Tesla. Tesla also on the 4-hour time frame has a slight double bottom here. So this is what you call a double bottom. If Tesla breaks out of the top part of that double bottom, we could see a stronger upside move on Tesla. So for Tesla, I'm looking for calls on Tesla above 244, which is the top of that double bottom there. So I'm looking for calls above 244 with targets of 252, 255, 261, 265, 268, and 270. Those are the main targets that I have to the upside, with 270 being the weekly target on Tesla that I have. That's if we do get a strong bullish run. Otherwise, it could be a monthly target as well, depending on where Tesla goes. But above 244, it does have this wick to fill as well to 252. So we could see that. That is the main move that I am watching on Tesla. To the downside, if we reject on Tesla, I'm watching it below 228, which is the bottom of the double bottom here. You can see it bottomed twice at 228 and wasn't able to clear it. So I'm looking for Tesla below 228 for puts. I have targets of 220, 216, 210, 205, and 200 being the low of that target that I have on Tesla. We can sell back down to that trend line, and at 200 is where the trend line is sitting. If it breaks below 200, we could see a significant sell down as it would break out of the channel that it's currently in. Now I do have my targets written here on my Word document because I put all my targets on my iPad, so that's why none of it's charted here, but I just like to read them off to you guys. It's a little bit easier than me going through every single target and how I find it. But that's pretty much the play that I'm watching. The main play is going to be the double bottom upside break on Tesla if it does complete that double bottom. Next on watch, we have NVIDIA coming off of positive earnings report. It did make a move up once it reported earnings. However, with the overall market sentiment, ended up pulling back and giving back all of those gains on NVIDIA. So I do see some upside on NVIDIA. They did report positive earnings. They do have some price target increases on them, but it will really depend on overall market sentiment, because as Powell and the Fed member spoke last week, we did get a move down in the market. So on NVIDIA, I'm looking for puts below 450. It held the 450 level during this week, and that is a psychological level on NVIDIA. So when it pulled back from its earnings high, pulled back and it held that 450 level. So below 450, I have profit targets of 442. And then NVIDIA has a gap to fill below 442 down to 436. So below 442, you have that gap fill to 436 on NVIDIA. That would be the second target down. Below 436, we have 433 and 430. And then below that, we have 426. And then a wick to fill on NVIDIA to around 416, 415 area on NVIDIA to the downside. To the upside, if we bounce and we hold, I'm looking for NVIDIA calls above 470. Above 470, I have profit targets of 478. 485, 490, 500 being the main upside profit target. That's going to be the psychological level. That's going to be the magnet level that we talk about. So above this 503 level, you can go to 510 and then 520 on NVIDIA, which is the all-time high. So next on watch, we have AMD. AMD I posted last week as well with this trend line here, 1, 2, 3 touch, and it held that 100-point level on AMD. It wasn't able to close below 100. So for AMD, I'm looking for calls above 105. So what we could see here on an AMD, my mouse is not working. What we could see here on AMD is a bounce of the trend line. So as it came and tested that trend line, if it doesn't break the trend line, we could see a bounce back up. So I'm looking for AMD above 105. That's the main upside level. Above 105, I have profit targets of 108, 110, 112, 114, 117, and 120 being the magnet level on AMD. To the downside, if we break the trend line down, I'm looking for AMD still below 100 for puts with profit targets of 97, 95, 93, 90, and 85 to the downside. We could get, like I said, a really nice sell on AMD if it breaks the trend line, if we have bearish sentiment in the market this week. And my favorite ticker to trade, SPX, is next on watch. SPX held the level of 43.50, being that magnet level on SPX, psychological level on SPX. I'm looking for SPX below 43.50. I have profit targets of 43.35, 43.20. 4,300 is going to be the key level down. And then below 4,300, it can go down to 42.90, 42.65, and 42.50 to the downside on SPX. SPX does have a gap to fill as well below 42.40. If it does get there, it's a very small gap that it has to fill. Now for the upside on SPX, I'm looking for calls above 44.20 with profit targets of 44.50, 44.60, 44.80, which is almost the top of that previous trend line break. 44.90 and above 44.90, SPX has a wick to fill. So this is the 44.90 level here. Above 44.90, it has the wick to fill to 45.27. That is the main play that I'll be watching on SPX. If it does get there, there's a lot of room to 44.90. But if we do get there, SPX could potentially fill the wick up. That is the main play. Each ticker that I have, each ticker that I have on watch usually has a main setup. Tesla being the double bottom, NVIDIA being a bounce to all-time highs, AMD being the trend line break, and then this wick fill on SPX if we get it, if we have some bullish market sentiment this week. All right, guys, so that's it for the stocks that I'm watching this week. Hopefully these videos are helpful. If you have any questions about anything I'm watching, go ahead and comment them down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.